What whispers through you when you stand beneath a star-strewn sky, feeling an echo of something ancient, something shared, yet utterly beyond your grasp? Have you ever wondered why certain stories, certain images, resonate so deeply within you, even when you encounter them for the very first time? It's as though a forgotten language is being spoken, a language not learned but remembered. We often attribute these feelings to coincidence, to shared cultural experiences, or even to genetic memory. But what if there's a deeper, more profound explanation? What if we are each, unknowingly, connected to a vast, invisible ocean of shared human experience? An ocean teeming with archetypes that shape our thoughts, our dreams, and ultimately our lives. This isn't about some abstract academic theory. This is about you. It's about understanding the forces that drive your choices, the patterns that repeat in your relationships, and the recurring themes in your personal narrative. We often feel like isolated individuals, adrift in a sea of our own making. But the truth is, we are all part of something much larger, a collective consciousness that stretches back to the dawn of humanity. Ignoring this connection is like trying to navigate the ocean without a compass, relying solely on your own limited perception. The journey ahead invites you to explore this hidden dimension of your being, to understand the archetypes that live within you, and to harness their power for personal growth and transformation. Think of the heroes and villains that populate our myths and legends. They aren't just characters in a story. They are reflections of the universal aspects of the human psyche. The wise old man, the nurturing mother, the rebellious trickster, these figures represent patterns of behavior and experience that are deeply ingrained in our collective unconscious. Recognizing these archetypes within ourselves and in others can provide profound insights into our motivations, our fears, and our desires. It can illuminate the hidden dynamics that shape our interactions and help us to navigate the complexities of human relationships with greater awareness and compassion. But this is not a passive exercise. It's not about simply identifying archetypes and placing them into neat little boxes. It's about understanding how these forces are actively shaping your life, often without your conscious awareness. And what about the shadows, those parts of ourselves that we try to hide, deny, or suppress? The anger, the jealousy, the fear, these are all aspects of our shadow self, and they are just as much a part of us as our virtues and our strengths. Ignoring our shadow doesn't make it disappear. It simply allows it to operate unconsciously, often sabotaging our efforts and undermining our relationships. Embracing our shadow, on the other hand, can be a powerful catalyst for growth and transformation. It can unlock hidden potential and allow us to become more whole, more integrated, and more authentic individuals. This journey is not for the faint of heart. It requires courage, honesty, and a willingness to confront the uncomfortable truths about ourselves. But the rewards are immeasurable. The path to self-discovery is not a straight line. It's a winding road full of twists and turns, ups and downs. There will be moments of clarity and moments of confusion, moments of joy and moments of despair. But through it all, the archetypes will be there, guiding your way, offering insights, and helping you to navigate the challenges that lie ahead. This exploration is about finding your place within the grand narrative of humanity. It's about understanding your unique contribution to the collective consciousness. It's about living a life that is both meaningful and authentic, a life that is aligned with your deepest values and your highest aspirations. Are you ready to embark on this journey? Are you ready to discover the power of the archetypes within you? Let's now delve into the very notion of this shared, unconscious realm. Think of it not as a literal place, but as an inherited psychic infrastructure. It's a reservoir of human experience, predating individual consciousness and profoundly influencing our perceptions. This collective unconscious, as envisioned by Carl Jung, isn't merely a collection of personal memories forgotten over time. Instead, it's a universal library containing the primordial images, symbols, and behavioral patterns common to all humanity. This shared inheritance shapes how we perceive the world, how we react to challenges, and how we form relationships. Consider, for instance, the universal symbolism surrounding water. Across cultures, water frequently represents the unconscious, emotions, and the source of life. Whether it's the vast ocean, the flowing river, or the still pond, water evokes a sense of mystery, depth, and transformation. This isn't simply a learned association. It's a deeply ingrained symbolic understanding that resonates within us on a primal level. Similarly, the sun often symbolizes consciousness, enlightenment, and the self. Its warmth and light represent clarity, vitality, and the power of reason. These archetypal images permeate our dreams, our art, and our myths, reflecting the fundamental structures of the human psyche. Expanding on this, we can view archetypes as innate blueprints for behavior. They are not rigid templates, but rather flexible patterns that guide our actions and reactions in different situations. The hero, for example, embodies courage, determination, and the willingness to overcome adversity. We see this archetype reflected in countless stories, from ancient myths to modern-day films. But the hero archetype also lives within each of us, inspiring us to confront our own challenges and to strive for personal growth. Conversely, the shadow archetype represents the repressed aspects of our personality, the dark side that we often try to deny or ignore. Understanding our shadow is crucial for self-awareness and personal integration. Now consider how this applies when you face a difficult decision. Are you acting from a place of fear or from a place of courage? Are you embracing your potential, or are you allowing your shadow to hold you back? By recognizing the archetypal forces at play, you can gain a deeper understanding of your own motivations and make more conscious choices. It's akin to having a map of the inner landscape, enabling you to navigate the complexities of your psyche with greater clarity and purpose. This isn't about forcing yourself into a predefined mold, but about recognizing the inherent patterns that shape your experience and using that knowledge to live a more authentic and fulfilling life. Another crucial layer is understanding that these archetypes are not static. They evolve and transform over time, reflecting the changing needs and values of society. The way we perceive the mother archetype, for instance, has shifted significantly over the centuries, reflecting evolving gender roles and family structures. As such, engaging with these archetypes is an ongoing process of exploration and discovery, requiring constant self-reflection and a willingness to adapt. It's a journey of continuous learning, where you become both the explorer and the territory being explored. Considering the territory we've traversed thus far, a compelling picture begins to emerge, not one of rigid determinism, but of profound potential. We've touched upon the notion of a shared human experience, a reservoir of inherited wisdom and primal patterns that subtly yet powerfully influence our individual journeys. We've also considered how these archetypal currents manifest in our lives, shaping our perceptions, our relationships, and the very narratives we construct about ourselves. The understanding we've begun to cultivate allows for a re-evaluation of our inner workings, moving beyond superficial explanations to deeper, more resonant truths. It's like observing a complex ecosystem. Each element, from the smallest microbe to the largest predator, plays a vital role in the overall balance. Similarly, the archetypes within us interact and influence one another, creating a dynamic and ever-changing inner landscape. Recognizing these forces is not about imposing control, but about fostering a deeper understanding of the system as a whole. This awareness allows us to navigate our inner world with greater skill and compassion, leading to more fulfilling and authentic lives. Reflecting on this journey so far, it becomes evident that self-discovery is not a solitary pursuit. We are all interconnected, bound together by the shared threads of human experience. The archetypes within us are not isolated entities, but rather expressions of a collective consciousness that transcends individual boundaries. By understanding these shared patterns, we can develop a greater sense of empathy and connection with others, recognizing the common humanity that unites us all. As we pivot toward the final reflection, it's essential to acknowledge that this is not a destination, but a continuous process of exploration and growth. The archetypes are not fixed entities to be categorized and understood once and for all. Rather, they are dynamic forces that evolve and transform as we evolve and transform. Engaging with them requires ongoing self-reflection, a willingness to embrace ambiguity, and a commitment to living authentically in the face of uncertainty. Consequently, the true value lies not in the acquisition of knowledge, but in the cultivation of wisdom, the ability to apply our understanding to the challenges and opportunities that life presents. Now, with these considerations as our guide, let's approach the final horizon, contemplating the practical implications of this exploration and the transformative potential it holds for our lives. What does it truly mean to integrate these insights into our day-to-day existence? How can we harness the power of the archetypes to create a more meaningful and fulfilling life, not just for ourselves, but for the world around us? What is the lasting impact of understanding this collective unconscious? Ultimately, the journey into the collective unconscious, the exploration of archetypes, is a journey toward wholeness. It's a process of integrating the fragmented parts of ourselves, of embracing both the light and the shadow, and of recognizing our interconnectedness with all of humanity. It is about understanding that we are not isolated individuals, but rather expressions of a larger, more profound reality. This understanding, in turn, can empower us to live more authentically, more compassionately, and more purposefully. The true power of this knowledge lies not just in intellectual comprehension, but in practical application. It's about recognizing the archetypal patterns that play out in our daily lives, in our relationships, and in our choices. It's about becoming more aware of our motivations, our fears and our desires, and about making conscious choices that align with our deepest values. It's about recognizing the hero within ourselves, the one who is willing to face adversity and strive for personal growth. It's also about acknowledging the shadow, the parts of ourselves that we try to hide, and learning to integrate them into our being. Consider the implications of this for our relationships. When we understand the archetypes at play, we can better understand the dynamics that shape our interactions with others. We can recognize the patterns of behavior that are repeating themselves, and we can make conscious choices to break free from those patterns. We can also develop greater empathy for others, recognizing that they too are struggling with their own inner demons and striving to live their best lives. It's akin to understanding the rules of a complex game, allowing you to play with greater skill and intention. But this journey is not without its challenges. It requires courage, honesty, and a willingness to confront uncomfortable truths about ourselves. It requires us to let go of our illusions and to embrace the messy, imperfect reality of human existence. It requires us to be vulnerable, to be open, and to be willing to learn from our mistakes. Yet the rewards are immeasurable. As we integrate the archetypes into our consciousness, we become more whole, more integrated, and more authentic individuals. We unlock hidden potential, and we discover a deeper sense of purpose and meaning in our lives. The true practice begins now, not as an abstract exercise, but as a lived experience. Observe the recurring themes in your life. Notice the patterns in your relationships. Pay attention to your dreams and your intuitions. Ask yourself, what archetypes are at play here? What is this situation teaching me about myself? What choices can I make to live more authentically and more compassionately? Let the wisdom of the collective unconscious guide you on your journey, and may you find wholeness, meaning, and purpose in the depths of your being. The journey inward is also a journey outward, a journey toward a more connected, compassionate, and meaningful world.